I think it might be a piece of our bottom bumper.
Hi, we're Mel and Jay. Together with our cat Benny, we're traveling the Baja Peninsula all the way to Cabo and back. This is our adventure in Valle de Guadalupe, where we sip wine at 3 different wineries, battle the rough roads after some very heavy rain, and lose a piece of our truck.
So we're kind of cut off from our first option by a very, very bad road that has a massive puddle that looks like it's like swallowing cars. So we're going to try for option number 2. We've arrived at our third backup option and looks pretty good. Lots of space. It's been quite a while since we've had this electricity that we can actually trust. So Mel's gonna be pretty happy about that. We can do some warming things up in the microwave. We can have our electric heater going on to keep the temperature just a little warmer and keep things a little drier. So pretty good with the weather that's coming tomorrow. It's gonna be quite damp. Things were looking a little rough when we first got into the Valle de Guadalupe, I'll tell you. First 2 camping places were complete busts, but this place seems pretty awesome. Well, we're very glad we got to this location for today. We're getting torrential sideways rain and heavy wind. The wind is heavy enough, actually, that we're getting the same problem we had in San Ignacio, where the water is coming in these tiny little vent holes in the window. That's not great. I don't know, we've never had that before, so I don't know what's going on with this. It's kind of annoying. You said we've got a little bit of a river over here. I actually decided that that site was not good because I could tell there was a bit of a channel there, so I think we picked the right site. Oh yeah, I just remember there is a bit of a channel in our site too. I'm gonna go take a quick look. Oh yeah, a little mini river. So it might erode under our one rear stabilizer that still works. But yeah, it doesn't look nearly as bad as the river over on this site. That one's flowing quite a bit quicker. And the weather is supposed to only get worse as the day progresses. So back inside.
Good morning. We are going out for breakfast, which is a whole new thing for us. We don't do that very often, but we have to go to this place because it has been rated as the world's best breakfast. It's a place called Doña Estella's.
And honestly, that's quite a reputation to live up to. So hopefully we're not going to be disappointed.
Let's hope not. Bouncing around quite a lot.
This is going to take longer than 12 minutes.
All right, we've made it to Doña Estella's.
Barely.
It was definitely the off-roading experience. I feel like this whole valley, actually, anything off the highways, you've got to have high clearance and be ready to do a little bit of off-roading. Anyways, let's have breakfast.
Yeah.
We've earned it. All right, we got here before it got too busy because this place can definitely fill up. We got what I think is the best seat in the house on a cool spring morning right next to the little fireplace. Buenos dias, gracias. We have our own little corner here for breakfast.
I've got the Cafe de Olla here. It's coffee with cinnamon flavoring. Ooh, it's hot. Very good though. I like putting cinnamon in my coffee anyways, so this is like perfect. I think it has a little bit of cane sugar in it too to give it just like a little bit of sweetness.
I got the hot chocolate, which is also made with cinnamon. It's really nice. Very smooth.
Very spicy.
So I got the hotcakes de elote, which is corn cakes basically. They're pancakes and they look really nice and fluffy.
I got my chilaquiles and it looks amazing. I can't wait to dive in. Gracias. So it comes with tortilla chips and cheese, and then I got egg and sausage mixed to go with it.
What's that?
Beans, I think. So what do you think of corn-based pancakes?
They're good. They're fluffy like regular pancakes, but these ones have a bit of a tang to them that I can't quite figure out what it is. Good.
Where my coffee? Sure, maybe a little pop-up. All right, I finished my whole chilaquiles, which was huge and amazing. And now Mel can't quite finish hers, so I get dessert. Gracias. That's good. Thank you. Whew. All right, I gotta put up the white flag. I'm just too full. Well, that was very good. We're very full now.
Very full.
And now we're going to have some very bumpy roads to kind of, settle the food all down.
Look at the pigs.
Rancho Noriega M.
And some cows too. Oh, and roosters. Oh, I see piglets in the distance. Oh, they're cute.
All right, it's raining. Let's get in the truck.
All right. Trip is getting very quickly rained out. No, it's in the road. I think we lost a piece of the truck.
I think it might be a piece of our bottom bumper that came off when we went through that big puddle. Yeah, it fits. I don't know why it just fell off like as we went around the corner, but I'm guessing that big puddle just like pushed it off. At least we didn't lose it in the puddle, because then we just never would have known. Until we looked at the front and been like, is there something missing?
Valle de Guadalupe is not turning out to be the experience we were hoping for.
The sun is out, the birds are chirping.
And that rain is finally gone.
So now I think it's time to go and try some wine.
But first we're going to the wine museum.
Oh my gosh, these people aren't seriously gonna go. Oh, I think they're going for it. No,
No, I don't think they're going to.
they're rethinking it. The map wanted to take us into town, the fast way, of course. However, there is a portion of the road that goes down into an arroyo. We are in Valle de Guadalupe to check out what's known as the Napa of Mexico. It's a wine valley very close to the US border, about an hour and a half or so south of Tecate.
Still a bit of water from the big rainstorm.
So the wine museum here in Valle goes through the whole history of wine, right from the origins in Georgia, and chronicles it all the way through how it expanded into Europe and then eventually here to Baja. And then it also talks about the process of winemaking and the life cycle of the vines. It's really kind of interesting. It's a little bit of a gem to be able to learn so much about wine before we go and do some tastings. All right, let's go drink.
Well, we think we're at El Cielo, but we're not sure if that's how you pronounce it or not. It looks nice.
Yeah, it's a really pretty looking vineyard.
Big. It's a lot of cars, a lot of shuttles. So we decided to do a wine tasting on the terrace. It's a nice little terrace here.
Beautiful.
Sunny.
Really pretty.
And we're getting 4 wines. I think one of them would have been a white wine, but we asked if they can be all red.
And they were very accommodating.
And the price is 420 pesos per person, which is around $21 US.
21 US. I think that was one of the most informative tastings we've ever done. He actually walked us through every single step. Cheers. We're having a little fun with deciding what kind of foods we would pair with these.
I think this would go really good with something with sausage, like bangers and mash. It's a classy pairing.
I don't know. What do you think? What would you pair with Tempranillo?
Leather and dill pickles.
All right, this is the last one. It's a 2017. It has a little more tannins. And Mel seems to think it smells like old shoes.
No. Leather, probably.
It smells like smoky caramel to me.
In the end, it just matters if you like it. So let's spin it. Whoa, the nose on that changed completely after we aerated it. Now I'm smelling like cherries. All right, taste it. Did you taste chocolate?
Yep.
I taste chocolate. That is cool. That is the second time in my entire life where I've actually tasted chocolate in wine. The first time was a wine in Morocco, which is like a rarity already in itself. And then this one, and I really like it. Okay, so here's an unexpected surprise. We got to keep our glasses from our tasting. I love that touch. So now we have some Valle de Guadalupe wine glasses, which is super special and a nice memory of our trip here. Valle de Guadalupe is Mexico's premier wine region, producing 70% of all wine that comes from Mexico. You may have never even known that Mexico produces wine. We certainly didn't, but they've been doing it for over 100 years now. It's only been in the last decade or so that the region has experienced huge growth and is starting to gain recognition on a global scale. The valley is quickly becoming a popular tourist destination with its boutique wines, gourmet restaurants, and has been described as what California's Sonoma Valley used to be decades ago. It's rustic, charming, and relaxed. The perfect little weekend getaway. Good morning. Why don't I give you a camp tour? Here at Guadalupe RV Park, we have full hookups and all of them work. There is a dumping station, so we'll hit that on the way out. There is also garbage disposal, of course, which is what I'm doing right now. Then there are hot showers here. There's a shower house. That's kind of it. The way that this works is you show up, you get your site, and then Luke, usually someone, will come by and collect money. A whole bunch of sites here that are pull-through sites, and then they've got a couple back-in sites over here. Those ones are more for like the long-term stays, Luke was telling us. Now the one downside to this place is that it's literally right on the highway. But the best thing about this place is that it's literally right on the highway, so you don't have to go off the paved highways and roads to get to your campsite. We paid $100 for the whole week, 100 US. So it was kind of like camp 5 nights, get 2 nights free is what it worked out to be. The cool thing about that though is that the money directly supports the school for the deaf right across the street. So that's kind of cool. We feel like we're giving back a little.
Well, it's another beautiful sunny day. So we're gonna go and see if we can find a few more wineries.
First one we're going to is called La Casa de Doña Lupe. Y uno honey wine. All right, we've just sat down at La Casa de Doña Lupe, and we've got our little tasting here. And the thing that I really liked about this was this tasting of 4 wines only cost us 160 pesos, and we got to choose which wines that we wanted to taste out of a fairly extensive list of whites, rosés, dessert wines, and red wines.
So we tried their Tempranillo, and I have to say neither of us were really fans of it. We had a blend of it yesterday that was pretty decent, but just on its own, we weren't quite sure what we were tasting, so we looked up tasting notes.
Some of the signature flavors of Tempranillo include leather, cedar, and tobacco.
Yeah, and I can kind of see that, so
I don't know that I'm much of a fan. So now we are at El Aceto, and I really like how well organized they are. We walked up right from the parking lot, and they have basically a ticket booth, and you can, with a little menu, and you can pick the wine tasting that you want. So they have 4 options. And if you happen to come when they have some tours going on, you can join one of the tours. Now, The tours are in Spanish, so we are going to have a lot of opportunity to practice some of our Spanish. However, the tasting we can do in English, so that's really nice. El Seto turned out to be a beautiful surprise that we would call good value for our money. They offer several different wine tasting experiences, but we went for one of the basic ones. However, this was no basic experience. On top of the wine tasting, which showcased some of their tasty wines, we were treated to a tour of the winery, given branded keychains, and we got to keep the glass too, a nice souvenir to our visit. Well, we really enjoyed our time here in Valle once the rain stopped, of course. We hope you get to check it out one day.
Yeah, and next week you're going to see us head to the US border, back to the States. So we will see you then.
Take care.
Yeah, this one's definitely the favorite of my three. No.
Of the three?
I don't quite know how to fold this thing up. Oh, wait, I'm getting closer. Oh, nearly there. Boom.
Boom. Make sure you don't miss the next video by liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications.
Oh, and don't forget to check out our website and sign up for our weekly email blast.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.